Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Goff. Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dontari Poe. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On 1st down, Newton. And incomplete to open things up.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Goff. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Right back to him on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Goff now on second down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
20.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Pass incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To the air again, Newton. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Ndamukong Suh able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So the Broncos coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to roam now. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus for the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is Newton. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run it here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Got a man. He finds Sanders. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st down, it's gone. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Panthers. 54 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro linebackers, Von Miller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now with the play clock winding down, Vance Joseph says, let's talk this over. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. To throw on second down is gone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now gone. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Goff on first down. Finds, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. That one goes for 36 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Goff now to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
To throw is gone. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus now for the extra point.
There we go. Nice move. Nice move.
McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The shotgun snap for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before the break. Newton. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A final shot before break. Newton, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On first down, it's Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Newton on first down. Looking long for Thomas. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boy, it's the same old song, isn't it? And then right now, this one doesn't sound too sweet. They've been thoroughly outclassed so far. And there's another tackle for a loss.
Yeah, that's something that we've said quite a bit in this game. They get it to him running left. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch that. 180. Let's go one more. Maverick.
On second down, here's Goff. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Now Newton on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey. 20.
Throwing on third down, Newton. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A very solid gain of 27. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Newton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Goff now on second down. Left side here to Sanders. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
On 2nd and 10, Goff finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On first down, Goff. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
To throw on second down is gone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down. Sit. 180.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They go play action here on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. A nice little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Rock now. Check 26, check 26. Great. Kill.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On 1st and 10, Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And down inside the 15 he goes. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Newton. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, hey. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, hey. You're set. I get it. Gun. Hey.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, 80's yours. 80's yours. 120. Super 66.
And they'll go on the ground. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
There he goes right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Newton now to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Denver,